What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News, episode number 34 of the Council of Comics Live podcast.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? As soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Thank you guys for tuning in today. It's another episode of Film and Box Office News. First, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I was checking the analytics, and like 80% of everybody that's watching is not even subscribed. It's a tragedy. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. And thank you for joining us today. Of course, as usual, I have the loyal council amongst myself. Is that how you say that? Amongst me? I don't know. Around me. Phil, Cliff, Grinch guy. How you doing?
What is
guys?
How's everybody's weekend?
I'm out of
Arthritic.
My weekend was good.
This Long Island.
So lots of variety, lots of adventures in between, and all that. So let's just get into the news and stuff. You know what I mean? Let's just do it. Let me get this over here. Then let me get that Film and Box Office off our faces, and let me get that off of Green Shirt Guy. All right. So starting off with the news. Shout out to Screen Rant. This is where we're getting all the stuff from. The script was rubbish. Russell Crowe candidly recalls Gladiator hesitations. I'd like to see that quote.
Wouldn't be the first time I heard that about a movie.
He says, at the core of what we were doing was a great concept, but the script was rubbish. Absolute rubbish. It had all of these sort of strange sequences. One of them was about chariots and how famous gladiators, and this is all true, used certain types of chariots and how famous gladiators had endorsement deals for olive oil and things like that. And it's all true, but it's just not going to ring right to a modern audience. They're going to, what the F is all this? The energy around what we were doing was very fractured. I did think a couple times maybe my best option was to get on a plane and get out of there. It was my continued conversations with Ridley that gave me faith. He said to me at one point in time, mate, we're not committing anything to camera you don't believe in 100%. So when we actually started that film, we had 21 pages of script that we agreed on. A script is usually between 103 and 110 pages or something like that. So we had a long way to go. And we basically used up those pages in the first section of the movie. So by the time we got to our second location, which was Morocco, we were sort of catching up.
Ready?
Huh? What'd you do? I missed it. What'd you do?
He did thumbs down.
You gave it a big thumbs down.
I mean, this is a classic movie. We might want to cover this movie. You know what I mean?
I gotta tell you
It's
this
a-
much.
it's a
They
good
have done
movie.
The olive oil, endorsements on the side of the chariots. No, I'm out. I'd have been out right there. No way.
That's real, though.
I mean, come on. Sort of. But
Not in the way that we see it today.
when
But
not
it's
the way
real.
they would have done it in the movie either.
Probably. You got a comment.
I feel like the Three Stooges probably did it best.
You're
Empire
not wrong.
Comics in the house. What up,
What's up,
guys?
Angel?
What's good, Angel?
Angel.
Angel just had his 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It was a big success. Thank you for letting us be a part of that, my
Yeah, for
friend.
I watched
And he
it
just had his
afterwards.
birthday.
And he had his birthday. Happy birthday,
Oh, wow.
guy.
Happy birthday.
All right, so let's move on to the next story. Christmas comes in April as the Grinch becomes a Jedi Master.
Ah,
No.
Is this a comic book, animation? What's going on? Star Wars meets the Grinch, an amazing cosplay from Star Wars Celebration.
oh, it's a
2023.
cosplay. Back out of this.
There are thousands of Star Wars characters. The Star Wars galaxy is large enough to welcome some likely crossovers. That's pretty cool.
That he's kind of pulling it off. Like that's like I could buy that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's really good.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Cliff doesn't like the cosplaying.
I'm with Cliff.
You guys aren't cosplayers?
No, I mean, I'm actually in a cosplayer's house right now.
I
But
don't
like,
care.
you know, like, I'm like, it's movie news.
It's not even
Well,
that.
where you think they get the cosplay from? The movies. It's all linked.
back and forth on cosplay. If it's done well, I'm good. I'm fine with it. That just is stupid for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought that was done pretty well.
Yeah, Phil, I too as well thought that. All right, but next story. No real weapons. Guy Ritchie's new movie banned guns on set after Rust shooting. There were no real weapons on the set of Guy Ritchie's new movie, The Covenant, after Ritchie elected to ban guns from the set after the Rust shooting.
Okay.
He said that whole thing has changed now. The whole game has changed. We haven't used a real weapon since then. So there were no real weapons. It's the first shoot that we had, which I have to tell you, it's a tremendous relief for all of us. They're as good as they look as good as real weapons. They do all the functions as a real weapon. You get a gas discharge. It all seems as authentic as can be. But as Jake said, it's airsoft though. No one can get into any trouble.
So it's a paintball gun.
Pretty much. But that's fine.
Whatever.
Why do you need real guns on the set? It's a
Well,
movie.
again, because of the movie Rust,
Right.
the setting called for older guns, right? And so, they used older guns. The person who should have been, overseeing the safety is most likely to blame in this situation. I mean, but now moving forward, whatever story setting they're going to do, you're going to have to make do with stuff that looks like the real thing.
Listen, they got money to make these fake guns. I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah, I'm of two minds, right? You're right. They do have money to do that, but you have to remember that every production they're always trying to keep costs down. So if it's not as cheap as buying a real gun and then putting blanks in it. We both know that. So that I think this is going to be a situation where it's in vogue now, but I wouldn't be shocked within 5-6 years that you go back to the old stuff just because for cost reasons.
Well, if they had a smart company out there that knows how to make fake things,
And
now's the
make them
time,
cheap, you're
and
right.
make them that they last, so they can use them for multiple movies.
You're
Now's the
absolutely
time to get your business in gear. Now's the time. And for
Council
those
of Comics. Let's
Huh?
let's kickstart
Council of
this.
Comics fake gun manufacturer.
We'll kickstart it.
We'll spray paint water guns.
There you go.
They're called Councilman Caliber.
There you go.
Okay, this should be interesting. Tropic Thunder writer argues that the film shouldn't be controversial. Standing by the rest of the cast and crew, Tropic Thunder writer Justin Theroux argues that the movie shouldn't be controversial at all. At all is a little stretch.
It's a spoof, dude. Like
I know, but
it's
at all,
it's firmly.
you know, once you write that, you're gonna have controversy.
Well,
that's
it
the
was
point I'm
written
making.
10, 15 years ago, when people weren't as sensitive about silly stuff.
What I mean is, like, once you watch the movie, you realize it. But for everybody watching, seeing Robert Downey Jr. in blackface, everybody looked over at each other like, okay, like, what's
Right,
going
but they
on here?
explain
So
it.
that eliminates the at all from that.
Yeah,
from
but
that.
here's the thing: is if it's never explained and it's just whatever, it's just him in blackface. It's fully explained at the beginning of the movie that he's uber method and he got himself.
But that's at the beginning of the movie.
So it's like it right out.
There's months leading up to the movie before people have even seen the movie.
Right,
They
what
see
I'm saying is when
trailers,
this
they see
came
all
out,
this.
When this came out, it wasn't even a conversation. It's a conversation.
There was a conversation. No, I have to fight
Not
back
like
on
it is
that.
now, though.
Not like today.
It was a conversation.
Not
The
like
bigger
today, but
conversation,
it was a conversation.
The bigger conversation that all of you are forgetting when the movie came out was their use of the word retard. Okay,
Yeah,
that
you're
was
right. I think you're right.
tremendous. And that is one thing that I have to agree. I have to stand by. All these years later is the use of the excessive use of that word in the movie, regardless of the satire they're going for, that I fully understand. Yeah, it's a lot.
Definitely agree. All right, his quote is, "I would hate to think we're entering a zone where you can't make anything. You know what I mean? I'm a big believer in free speech. If you watch it again, there's nothing in that is that hard charging about it. You know, it doesn't seem that controversial to me because of who the jokes are aimed at. You know what I mean? It's aimed at a bunch of dumb actors. That remains funny to me."
And even the black guy makes fun of the whole thing because remember he goes, "What do you mean, you people?" He's like, "You're not."
No, I get it. Like I said, once you watch the movie, more people back off. But you got like seeing it for like trailers and stuff. I remember being around my friends looking at each other like, this better be good.
I'll tell you what got me with that movie because I saw it in the theater was I walked in after the actual theater trailers And if you remember, there's 3 fake trailers at the beginning, and one of them is a commercial for Booty Sweat, the energy
Yeah.
drink. And I thought that was
Yeah.
a real drink for a few seconds, and then went, "Wait a minute!" Like I didn't know what it was at first. And
Yeah,
then
I
the
know
next
what you're
one was-
talking about.
Yeah, the next one
Yeah.
was like the Jack Black Crunks movie or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, this is part of the," because I missed the the feature
Mhm.
presentation screenshot. So I'm like, "What is going?" I'm like,
Well,
made a-
no,
made
they
a-
didn't do it. It intentionally doesn't exist in the beginning.
Right, but if you're in a theater, there would have been real trailers before that.
Right. No, and that's what I'm saying. When I saw it, it was real trailers that went right into the fake trailers,
Oh, okay.
and then
See,
the movie started.
I-
it was
we were
brilliant.
probably-
Yeah.
We were
Yeah, it
probably
was
paying for
brilliant.
a popcorn or whatever, so I missed that. I walked in, I'm like, "What is this?"
Yeah, no, they intentionally executed it in such a way.
Did a good job. It made me laugh. And
Um,
once I realized what was going on.
All right, not much on the news scene. I do
No, I
want
was
to talk
gonna
about
say, the Jedi Grinch was
What?
my favorite
Well,
one.
I mean,
the
do
Jedi
we want to
Grinch.
talk about?
Yeah, the Jedi Grinch was my favorite news story.
Did any of you watch the Power Rangers?